made it yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our friend Phil Swain from down in Denver. And born and raised on Hawaii. That's right. And he writes songs and plays the ukulele. He's part of the Pi'ilani organization in Denver, which is a Hawaiian civic club, and we get together and support each other in the mission of keeping hula and Hawaiian music alive. So, take it away, Phil.
Thank you, Chris. And we want to thank Chris and the folks at the Hawaiian Steel Guitar Association. Mark introduced me to the association's gathering here about 4 years ago. And shoot, I didn't even know it was happening. And then we came and just fell in love with what you guys do up here and the preservation of the Hawaiian steel guitar and Hawaiian music and culture, and give an opportunity for the many Hawaiian folks and those of us who love Hawaiian music in Colorado to come up and join in and support each other. So they were just down at the Hawaiian Ho'olaulea in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. We have it in August. And oh man, we must have had 3,000 or 4,000 people run through there through the day, and had Hawaiian food and music throughout the day. So mahalo to the folks at the Hawaiian Steel Guitar Association. And mahalo to my impromptu band over here, right here. Give a big round of applause. I think you guys know most of these guys in the band. I think if you can give me a little more reverberation on this microphone. All right, sounds good. We're going to start with a beautiful mele about my home island, the island of Kauai. It's called Nani Kauai, traditional Hawaiian mele that tells about the different places on the island, starting at Mount Waialeale. How many of you have heard of Mount Waialeale, one of the wettest spots on earth? How many of you have hiked up to Mount Waialeale? It's a wonderful hike. If your legs can still do it, go do it. You will see fern trees as tall as this ceiling here. Same kind of fern that grows in your houseplants, but it's a lot bigger. Hey, wait, you turned them all the way, brother. See ya. Aloha. Follow to our steel guitar player, always make it one another night. Let's see, maybe we'll do some of the songs written by Queen Lili'uokalani. How many of you know Queen Lili'uokalani was a pretty prolific songwriter? There's this Queen songbook, and she wrote many songs, English, Hawaiian, half and half. This beautiful mele is called Sanoe. It was written by her while she was imprisoned in her own palace. So it's a special song to many of us, yeah? In Seattle. what happened in Wyoming in 1908. Oh, Don, she knows the history of Wyoming and Hawaii and Colorado. Okay, Don, tell us what happened. 1908. Exactly. So here's the story. There's a Hawaiian song called Wyomina, which means Wyoming. So you guys should be wondering, why is there a song called Wyomina in the Hawaiian music repertoire? Written by Helen Parker Lindsay from the Parker Ranch on the island of Hawaii. Well, interesting story is the Cheyenne Frontier Days was just getting started. It was about 10 years old, I think, at the time. And they were trying to get bigger and bigger. And one of the Hawaiian ranchers was traveling through Wyoming, came to see the Cheyenne Frontier Days, and saw those Haole cowboys, doing their thing, and he thought, you know what, my Hawaiian cowboys are better than these Haole cowboys up here. I think we should bring them up. So he challenged the folks up here in Cheyenne to invite Hawaiian cowboys up, and the next year, I think they did, the Hawaiian cowboys would invite the Cheyenne cowboys down to Parker Ranch, and then next year, the Parker Ranch cowboys would come up to Wyoming. So, when the Parker Ranch cowboys came up, of course, the Hawaiian cowboys looked like my friend over here. So, all of the Haole cowboys said, I think those guys are Indians. So they gave them unbroken horses to ride. And three of the Hawaiian cowboys, Ikoa Purdy, Archika Ava, and Jack Lowe, right? So the three Hawaiian cowboys on unbroken horses won first, third, and sixth in that, and swept. And since then, and the horses neighed also, and since then it's become a big tradition to celebrate that event. So this song was written for those young cowboys that came home. So in the song you will hear the word Europa, which means cowboys came from Europe, Kaliponi, which means cowboys came from California. So, all right, we'll play this one for you. Hawaiian cowboy style, right, Uncle? In C again. This is the key of the common people. So I don't know if Hawaiian cowboys came back to that since then, but I don't know. Probably might be have some up there this year. In fact, next weekend, the Cheyenne Frontier Dairies Foundation is having a big gala festival where they raise money for their events, and they are featuring the Hawaiian Paniolo. So those of you who live in Colorado, go up there. It's $100 for the ticket, by the way. Sorry. Wow, I know. They really like to raise money up there. And I think the reason, by the way, that they're still honor the Hawaiian Paniolo is one of the major ranch owners in Wyoming also owns the Ulupalako Ranch on Maui. So I think he has some pull, up there. So like Chris was saying, I wrote some original Hawaiian music over the last number of years. My friend over here, Mark, kind of inspired me to play and to write again. So thanks to him. This one is called Aloha Kalaupapa, written for the beautiful place on the island of Molokai called Kalaupapa. It is a sacred place to us because many of our ancestors died there. If you had leprosy in Hawaii in the late 1800s, early 1900s, you were taken away to this place and pretty much banished to this strip of land that's on the backside is a 300-foot cliff. On the front side is northern waves and reefs and just difficult to get in and out. So basically that became your home and you're separated from your families. So this honors those people who lived and died there. Over 8,000 people are buried there. Away, away, away. on time? I don't know. Everyone good? Who's watching time? Nobody. So until they call us, let's go. Couple more? Keep going. Keep going. All right, we'll do a beautiful Hapahaole song. So written in English, but it's definitely a Hawaiian song. You can feel it. Called Waikiki. This song was written by Uncle Andy Cummings as he was traveling throughout the United States. As you guys all know, these folks back here have been studying Hawaiian music for a while. Hawaiian music became super popular after the Pan American World whatever fair in San Francisco, and the Hawaiian musicians started to travel. They traveled California, then Chicago, and Detroit, and New York City, and just had a great time and making quite a bit of money for their families back home by traveling the continent. But it was a long time away from home, and they would write these just dramatically beautiful love songs of the places they missed. So this one is called Waikiki in F, yeah, Uncle. You want to sing this one? You know this one. There's a feeling deep in my heart, stabbing at me just like a heart. It's a feeling heavenly. I see memories out of the past, memories that always will last, of that place of blossom sea. At night when the shadows are falling, I hear your rolling surf calling, just calling to me. Just for you that my heart is yearning. I thought you're always returning out there to you across the sea. Your tropic nights and your wonderful charm are ever in my memory, and I recall when I held in my arms an angel sweet and heavenly. Waikiki, my whole life is empty without you. I miss that magic of magic beside the sea. Waikiki, my whole life is empty without you. I miss that magic of magic beside the sea, magic of He's making me sweat up here. One more. Give us the one more signal. Oh, what shall we play?
I'll stop the bomb.
I'll sound the bomb. Beautiful Kana. What's your favorite song? Kana?
What you play me F?
No, it's
I think I play them in C for this one.
C.
C or F? C, okay.
F. F would be easy.
F major. Yeah. Let's see.
Just do what you guys want to do. I just follow.
you can.
Okay. All right. This song usually sounds pretty good on the steel, so we'll give you lots of time. You want to bring us in? Let's see. Or we bring it in?
Okay, we bring it.
Beautiful Kana. There you go. Shoot. Hello, you guys. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Aloha. Thank you so much.
be home for a month or so.
Keep it up. You gotta tell everybody.